What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Listening Room classic album review. Been a little while since we've done one of these. Today, we are taking a look at the sixth album in this band's discography and probably their most divisive. I am talking about the sixth album from heavy metal giants Metallica. I'm talking about Load, released on June 4th, 1996 on Elektra Records, produced by Bob Rock, with James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich. The follow-up to the massively successful self-titled album, more commonly known as the Black Album, which saw a ton of hit singles: Enter Sandman, Sad But True, Nothing Else Matters, The Unforgiven, Wherever I May Roam. The album was huge. It sold like 1 trillion copies, and they toured for like 4 years on the album. Turned Metallica from a thrash band into full-blown rock stars, and it was a divisive album. You know, some people thought they'd gone in too much of a commercial hard rock sound and strayed from their thrash metal roots. Gained the band a lot of radio airplay, a lot of video airplay on MTV, and of course made them a whole bunch of money in the process. They had a lot of routes they could have followed that up with, and this is what they followed it up with. Load. Right away, evident that the Metallica of old, the Metallica of Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets, and even the Black Album, is gone. It is a different band. Much more groove-oriented material on this album. Material that was influenced by grunge, material that was influenced by southern rock, and just the word groove. So much groove to a lot of these songs. It's evident right from the beginning. Ain't My Bitch kicks off the album, the first track. Song had a little bit of controversy when it was released. I guess using the word bitch. Hetfield made it clear that the song was not referencing a woman, but was instead referencing anything that drug a person down, and kind of took on a new meaning when it was looked at in that light. But again, heavy groove on it. We see Kirk Hammett using a slide on the solo, which was a first for any Metallica song. A lot of firsts for any Metallica song on this record. The next track, 2x4, follows in the same vein. Another good rocker. Some kind of strange vocals on that one. The House That Jack Built, mid-pace. Some pit guitars with like a hi-hat for the chorus. Kind of a strange chorus going on in it. Until It Sleeps, released as the first single, kind of features these kind of shimmery guitars for the verses. Really moody track that kind of again talks about something that's inside, that kind of eats at you inside, whether it be anger or depression or addiction. And this was the first single from the album, man. I remember hearing this on the radio, and it had been such a long time since we had heard any new music from Metallica. It had been years, and I didn't even, it took a minute or two for me to even realize who it was, and I recognized Hatfield's vocals, and turned to my buddy. I was like, this is Metallica. And that began the process of being stoked for the new record. And strange video they made for this one. I remember seeing the video, and that was the first glimpse we got of the new post-Black Album Metallica, was the video for the song that was released prior to the album. And you see Lars Ulrich and Kirk Hammett both, wearing eye makeup, and I think Lars had like a boa on, and Kirk Hammett's got facial piercings. They all have short hair. They look radically different, and it was evident that things were moving in a very different direction. King Nothing follows it up, another huge single, lyrically built around the idea of kind of be careful what you wish for type scenario. And another huge single for the band. I remember, another cool video. I remember seeing the guys out there in their winter gear and their coats playing in like a snowstorm. Really good rocker. Still hear it on the radio today. Hero of the Day. Another, kind of first on the record. It's kind of almost, the verses kind of almost border on soft rock with the gentle pick guitars and the soft vocal approach. The song was originally, here's a little bit of trivia. The song, when it was demoed, was originally called Moldy. And it was called that because the guys believed that the guitar work on it so closely resembled the work of Sugar frontman Bob Mould. So, Moldy, the original title of Hero of the Day. Bleeding Me, mid-pace, kind of bluesy song. Some great guitar work. One of the longer tracks on here hits the 8-minute mark. Lyrically, the song talks about Hatfield and going to therapy and really wanting to quit, with alcohol and kind of the inner demons that kind of came out while he was going through that battle and going to these therapy sessions. Cure, one of my favorite tracks on the album, one of the heavier ones, has some cool double track vocals, and definitely one of the heavier songs on the record. That with Poor Twisted Me just kind of has this cool bluesy swagger to it. Waste My Hate, another heavy one of the more kind of vicious rockers on the album. Then we get to Mama Said. You want to talk about firsts for Metallica. Strummed acoustic guitars, gentle singing, steel guitars on the chorus. This is a full-blown country song on a Metallica record. And lyrically, the song kind of talks about, a man kind of just coming into his own and being away from his mother and away from his family and just growing into his own person. After that, we get the Thorn Within. Some religious elements to this song. Again, it's another heavy one, some religious elements and some elements of feeling personal guilt and kind of judgment, this outside judgment. Then we get to the song Ronnie, which is a full-blown southern rock tune and features some cool guitar licks in it. Lyrically, it really seems to be dealing with like a school shooter type scenario, but it's always been one of my favorite tunes on the album. It just has a kind of a sinister southern rock vibe to it. And then we close out the album with The Outlaw Torn. Kind of features some eerie vocals on that one, and there's actually 2 guitar solos that happen on this song, and the second one was actually cut by about a minute so that all of the music recorded could fit onto the album. This is Metallica's longest album. It's 79 minutes long, and it couldn't hold any more material, so they clipped the solo, and it wasn't until the band put out the single for The Memory Remains, I believe, The Memory Remains, which wasn't until the next album, Reload, that this song appeared in full. I think it was called the Unencumbered by Numbers version, something like that, but that's the first time we got to hear the full version of The Outlaw Torn. So there it is, man. Metallica's extremely divisive. I mean, you know what the guys look like on the Black Album? And that's what we got. There they are, smoking cigars, short hair. Remember the Alice in Chains Unplugged? Mike Inez had Friends Don't Let Friends Get Friends haircuts on his bass. That was in reference to these guys. And, of course, the famous Blood and Semen album cover. And there it is. Metallica's 6th studio album. What do you think of this album? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you kind of like it? I don't love it. I don't hate it. I like it better than what would follow it up with Reload. I think out of the Load albums, this is definitely the better one. I like it better than some Metallica records, but obviously this is not classic Metallica, in my opinion. I don't think there's many people who would say that it was, but if you do, then of course that's totally okay. Let me know what you think of this record. Let me know where you think it ranks in Metallica's discography. And that's it. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the record. And we'll be back with more music talk real soon.